Let's start this late afternoon evening with a moment of silence. Thank you. I'm very excited to see you out there, and I love the energy and the excitement that I sense in the room. I'm Dennis Bisgard. I'm the interim head of school here at Friends School of Baltimore for this year, and I'm honored and privileged to be here, and I'm very excited about being here this evening. We are here this evening gathered to welcome you and celebrate the next Athletic Hall of Fame celebration. We're here this afternoon to celebrate some of Friends' most outstanding athletes. And as some of you may know, the first cohort of alumni was inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame in 2004. Tonight we continue the tradition and recognize alumni, teams, and coaches who have exemplified the tradition of extraordinary sportsmanship and meritorious services to the athletic program at Friends and beyond. We wanted to start this evening with a little dramatic sense, and that's why we ordered some rain and darkness for you. My own sport was basketball, and this earlier today I was actually in the gym, and even at age 60, my game won on nobody is still great. Typically, this celebration takes place over Alumni Weekend. However, for the past 2 years, Alumni Weekend was postponed and held virtually, as you know. The Athletic Hall of Fame Committee felt strongly that we should wait until we could gather in person for this event, and today I'm delighted that many of us are here together. Before we go on any further, I would like to thank both the Athletic Hall of Fame Committee and the Alumni Office for planning this celebration, and you, our guests and friends, who have joined us from near and far to celebrate, even with epidemics still in our midst, and I think you deserve a round of applause. Thank you. We have with us tonight one of our soon-to-be alumni, Ani Weber, from the class of 2022. Ani is one of the student representatives of the Alumni Board and also of an FSSA, the Friends School Athletic Association Club Head. Please welcome Ani.
Thank you, Mr. Bisgard. Hi everyone, I'm Ani Weber. It is an honor to be here this afternoon to celebrate with my fellow Friends School athletes. I represent one of many students passionate about Friends School's athletics, and tonight I know that many of you will reflect on your time here as an athlete. So I thought I would share some of what I, as a current student, have learned on the field. I came to Friends my freshman year completely unaware of what I was getting myself into. I've played soccer my entire life, and I knew from the get-go that I wanted to be a part of varsity soccer at Friends. I've since made lifelong bonds with the seniors who played on my team when I was a freshman and everyone else. And along with that, I met my best friend on my championship-winning indoor soccer team. Might I add, we went undefeated in our conference that year. Towards the end of my freshman year, I was persuaded to try lacrosse. I played when I was 5 and really did not like it. It could have been the mouth guard. I don't know. But I came out and I tried out, and I made junior varsity and fell in love with the sport. Being a part of Quaker Nation has opened my mind to all these new opportunities that I wouldn't have been confident enough to try at any other school. I would like to congratulate all the inductees this afternoon, and I hope you enjoy reminiscing about your days on the Friends Athletics courts and fields. And now please welcome Athletic Hall of Fame Committee Chair Kitty Bryant, class of 1975.
Thank you so much, Ani, and welcome to everyone. I'm so happy we can do this in person. I'm honored to lead this outstanding committee again this year, and I want to thank all of them for the time they've spent reviewing both the 2020 and the 2021 nominees. And it was hard not to get them a little confused sometimes. The Athletic Hall of Fame Committee is made up of alumni and former and current athletics faculty. These volunteers dedicate their time and service outside of their otherwise busy lives, full-time jobs, and in some cases, full-time retirement, to ensure that we can continue the tradition of honoring Friends School athletes, and this is the collected memory of the institution in athletics. So please join me in thanking my fellow Athletic Hall of Fame committee members. If you're here, stand please. Kara Carlin, who is Friends School's current athletic director. Dawn Feliciano Reyes, class of 1991. Bill Hearn, class of 77. Mark Sauter, class of 85. Rich Seiler, the class of 68. Bill Sherman, the class of 1969. Steve Stewart, class of 1976. Rachel Pratner, class of 2001. And John Watt, coach and middle school faculty member. There he is. So, it is really nice to see everybody in person. I don't know about you, but this is like the first gathering in a long time, and I'm enjoying it. I'd now like to introduce my good friend Mike Luery, class of 1981. Traditions for all alums are very important, and Mike has been serving as our MC for this ceremony. It's one of the ones I'm most grateful for. This is Mike's 13th straight year honoring Friends School's most talented athletes. So, for those of you who may not know, a little about Mike. He was a sports writer for East Coast daily newspapers and then CBSSports.com for 15 years, covering the Orioles, before reporting on the New York Yankees and Mets, Yale University sports, and pro tennis. During that time, he covered the 1998 Nagano Olympics in Japan, Super Bowl 33, and the Baltimore Ravens 2000 championship season. Mike is currently Media Relations Manager for the University System of Maryland, and for several years was a regular sports contributor on the Ravens and Orioles for WYPR in Baltimore, before he switched to Delmarva Public Radio on the Eastern Shore. So please welcome back alumnus Mike Luery.
In part, I want to say what Kitty said, some great reflections of everyone being back here together for the first time. Thank you, Kitty, Dennis, and Ani. I'm honored very much to be part of our beloved school's Hall of Fame ceremony again this year. We have an amazing group of people to honor today, and we're delighted that many of you could join us this afternoon here on campus. For some of our honorees who could not make it, our Director of Alumni Relations and Engagement, Christine Pappas, class of 2001, and Kitty Bryant, were able to present them with their awards via Zoom over the past few weeks, and they will be shown as part of the ceremony tonight. Some are also watching this ceremony via live stream from as far away as Paris, so bonjour. And now, before we move on to honoring tonight's inductees, let's turn down the lights and head down memory lane for a moment. The song you will hear in the video is the current Friends School Athletics Spirit Song, written by Christopher Armstrong, class of 2021. was a great trip back in time. Now, without further ado, let's move on to honoring tonight's inductees. Our first inductee of the evening is Robert Robertson Jr., class of 1970. During his upper school career, Bob played varsity soccer, basketball, and tennis, receiving 8 varsity letters. In 1970, his senior year, he won the Scarlet and Gray Award. Bob was nominated for the Athletic Hall of Fame by classmate Carl Robbins, who said, "Bob was the best athlete in our class. He was the leading scorer in soccer and the second leading scorer in basketball our senior year, having started playing both sports his junior year." Bob passed away in 2016, so this evening he will be posthumously inducted into the 2020 Athletic Hall of Fame. We welcome Robert Robertson Jr., class of 1970, to the Athletic Hall of Fame, and tonight, committee member Stephen Stork, class of 76, will accept on Bob's behalf. Our next inductee, Wendy Weinberg-Weil, class of 1976, was a star swimmer for all of high school, a sport that was not offered at Friends. During the school week, Wendy would swim in the morning and evenings. Weekends consisted of either a practice or a swim meet. From 1973 to 1975, Wendy competed in international meets in Israel, West Germany, and Mexico City, where she accumulated 6 gold and 7 silver medals. All of this led to her senior year, where she competed in the 1976 Olympic Games, representing the USA in Montreal. Wendy won a bronze medal in the women's 800-meter freestyle. Wendy described the Olympics as stressful, overwhelming, life-changing, astounding, and exhilarating. After the Olympics, she continued to compete in competitions around the world and received more medals. Wendy says that then head of school Byron Forbush and her teachers were very supportive of her swimming, and for that she is most grateful. We welcome Wendy Weinberg-Weil, class of 1976, to the Athletic Hall of Fame. Our next inductee is Hyrum Holden Ii, class of 1995. Hyrum's story is unique in that he passed away during his senior year at Friends. Hyrum was a pillar of the Friends school community for those who knew him, and his passion was sports. Hyrum played football and lacrosse during his time at Friends. His senior year, Hyrum posthumously received the Eleanor High Unsung Athlete Award. Football teammate, classmate, and friend Corey Brown says that it seemed like any sport he played, he was a natural and always found a way to be one of the most skillful players on the court or field. Friend and teammate Pete Gaines, class of 1995, recalls Hyrum plodding during Mr. Cooper's 8th grade English class for their senior year varsity basketball season. To quote Coach Pete Smith, he loved life, his classmates, and especially the sports in which he participated. Tonight, we honor Hyrum Holden II, class of 1995, and welcome him posthumously into the Athletic Hall of Fame. Accepting Hyrum's award tonight is his sister, Helen Holden. Next, we have Joshua Davis, class of 1990. I am out of sequence just this once, and I apologize for that. Josh played soccer, basketball, and lacrosse at Friends, earning 9 varsity letters. His senior year, he won the Scarlet and Gray Award and was a member of the All-Metro soccer team that won honorable mention. When classmate and teammate David Lauterbach nominated Josh, he spoke of Josh's many remarkable accomplishments, both on and off the field. Josh was the most natural soccer player I ever saw at Friends. He had a way of receiving a passed ball and not bother touching it, letting the ball trot alongside him like a pet dog until the moment was right to loft a pass or do whatever it was with it he saw fit to do. Classmates agreed that Josh's lasting legacy and gift to the Friends school community is his embodiment of the Quaker spirit and sportsmanship, his selfless spirit of kindness and inclusiveness to those who wanted to play the sport. We welcome Joshua Davis, class of 1990, into the Athletic Hall of Fame. Rachel Tranter, class of 2001, played field hockey and lacrosse all 4 years, earning 8 varsity letters. Rachel was captain of the lacrosse team junior year and captain of the field hockey team in both junior and senior year. As a sophomore, the Baltimore Sun listed her as one of the top players to watch for field hockey. Her junior year, she won the Carol J. Samuels Award, the National Student Athlete Award, and she was selected for the Baltimore Messengers 2000 All-Star Lacrosse Team, which received honorable mention. Her senior year, Rachel won the L. Lawrence Peacock Award, the Carol J. Samuels Award for the second time, and was selected for the Baltimore Messengers 2001 All-Star Lacrosse Team second team, and the U.S. Lacrosse High School Academic All-American Team. Some of Rachel's favorite memories about friend school athletics are simply being on a team. She fondly remembers gathering for team breakfasts on game days, usually at her house on Greenleaf. Her passion for field hockey and lacrosse led her on a collegiate journey to Amherst, where she played both sports all 4 years. Rachel's lacrosse team made it to the National Division III Championships in 2002. We welcome Rachel Tranter, class of 2001, to the Athletic Hall of Fame. Our next inductee is Randall Cooper, class of 2005, and if I think I'm correct from conversations with Mr. Cooper, that would be Dr. Randall Cooper. Randall played soccer, basketball, and lacrosse, earning 7 varsity letters. His junior year, Randall won the Robert A. Nichols Award and was selected for the Baltimore Sun All-County, All-City teams. His senior year, he received the Scarlet and Gray Award, Peter J. DeSmith Soccer Award, and was selected for the 2005 Baltimore Sun All-Metro team. Randall cherishes his time playing for coaches Doug Smith, class of 1980, and Rich Seiler, class of 1968. They were excellent role models for their players, and the teams looked up to them. Randall reflects on his time playing sports with friends with great pride and enjoyment. After graduation, Randall attended Towson University and played lacrosse with fellow friend school grads Will Harrington and Robert Wheeler. In college, Randall was selected as one of 30 national candidates for the Lowe's Senior Class Award. The award is, quote, given annually to the Division I Student Athlete of the Year in 8 different sports who has notable achievements, in 4 areas of excellence: classroom, character, community, and competition. We welcome Randall Cooper, class of 2005, to the Athletic Hall of Fame. William Harrington, class of 2005, earned 6 varsity letters playing football, basketball, and lacrosse. His senior year, he won a Facade Award for lacrosse, was selected for the Baltimore Sun All-County, All-City team's first team for lacrosse, and received the Scarlet and Gray Award. He went on to play lacrosse for Towson University. Highlights his senior year included leading the team with 23 goals, ranking 3rd on the team with 26 points, leading the Colonial Athletic Conference with 8 extra man goals, scored a career-high 4 goals against Sacred Heart, tallied 4 goals with an assist in a win over Delaware to earn the CAA Player of the Week honors, and led the Tigers to a win over Drexel in the CAA semifinals with a 4-goal effort. We welcome William Harrington, class of 2005, into the Athletic Hall of Fame. Sarah Bancroft Lorenzan, class of 2005, is our next inductee. Sarah played soccer, basketball, and lacrosse with friends, earning 12 varsity letters. During sophomore and senior year, Sarah accumulated 3 Facade Awards, 2 Carol J. Samuels Awards, and the L. Lawrence Peacock Scholar Athlete Award. She was also named U.S. Lacrosse Academic All-American, MIAA All-Conference in Lacrosse, Maryland State All-Star Team in Basketball, and Baltimore Sun All-County All-City teams in lacrosse. After graduating from Friends, Sarah played lacrosse at Harvard University, where she started in every game through her senior year. Sophomore year, she tied for third highest goals total on the team with 14 goals overall. We welcome Sarah Bancroft Lorenzan, class of 2005, into the Athletic Hall of Fame. Our next inductee is Charles Whitman, class of 2005. Charles played football, basketball, and baseball, earning 10 varsity letters. In football, between his sophomore and senior year, Charles won Most Valuable Defensive Back twice, Most Valuable Offensive Back, the All-MIAA Football All-Conference Wingback twice, the Who's Who Among American High School Athletes Award, was acknowledged for 1,000 receiving yards, and led the metro area in yards per catch. In baseball, Charles was the team RBI leader and was the leader in home runs, RBI, and triples, and was part of the Baseball Factory preseason All-American selection his junior year. Senior year, he was the on-base percentage and doubles leader. He received 4 Facade awards in baseball and football. One of his favorite memories on the field was the accomplishment of reaching 2 MIAA conference baseball championships his sophomore and senior years. After graduation, Charles played baseball for Lafayette College and Westmont College. We welcome Charles Whitman, class of 2005, to the Athletic Hall of Fame. Charles intended to be with us today, but his trial is running longer than expected, so in his place is his father, Larry Whitman. Next up is Drew Black, class of 2006. Drew earned 4 varsity letters in baseball, starting all 4 years. He was awarded 3 Facade Awards and the C. Martin Kelly Award. Outside of Friends School, Drew was a 3-time All-MIAA Conference winner, a 2-time All-Baltimore City winner, was first team All-Metro, first team All-State, and as a senior, was named Baltimore City Player of the Year. Drew recalls going undefeated in the regular season during his freshman year and making it to the championship games. He will never forget returning as champions for his junior year and getting to play at Ripken Stadium. Charles Whitman, 05, and Adam Jan, 06, were 2 of his closest teammates, with whom he played sports inside and outside of Friends School. All 3 went on to play in college, which gave them a strong core friendship. After graduating, Drew went on to play baseball for Bradley University. We welcome Drew Black, class of 2006, to the Athletic Hall of Fame. Drew Black. Maxwell Davis, class of 2006, is our next inductee. Max played soccer, basketball, and lacrosse at Friends, earning 8 varsity letters. His senior year, Max received the Scarlet and Gray Award, the Arthur R. O. Gray Athletic Award, and the Peter J. DeSmith Soccer Award. He was selected for the first team Baltimore Sun All-County All-City team, the first team Baltimore Sun All-City team for lacrosse, and was selected by the Maryland State Lacrosse Coaches Association to participate in the 2006 Senior All-Star Game. That same year, his Friends soccer team made it to the MIAA All-Conference Championships and received the Team Awards Facade for varsity soccer. He will never forget playing for soccer coaches, Doug DeSmith, class of 1980, Coach Gifford, and Coach Rutzstein, and how much they enjoyed coaching those teams. Each of them brought unique skills and qualities to their coaching. Max's lacrosse teams were also among the last to play in the MIAA conference, and he cherishes the memories of playing against truly some of the best teams in the country. We welcome Maxwell Davis, class of 2006, to the Athletic Hall of Fame. Alice Fadi-Ora played soccer, basketball, and lacrosse, earning 10 varsity letters as a member of the class of 2006. Alice was named as an IAAM All-Star in soccer, MIAA All-Conference in basketball, and earned Scarlet and Gray Awards for both soccer and basketball. She was also selected for the Baltimore Sun All-County All-City First Team in soccer and All-League Girls Basketball, IAAM B as a boy. Alice says she thoroughly enjoyed participating in Friends School athletics. She says it was a blessing to compete on such a high level, and sports served as a wonderful physical and emotional outlet. She jokes, "I don't think I would have survived my high school years without participation in Friends School athletics, and for that, I'm eternally grateful." We welcome Alice Fadiora, class of 2006, to the Athletic Hall of Fame. Now we will turn our attention, if we can, back to the big screen, where we will see the remaining 7 individual inductees who could not be with us to receive their awards.
Thank you, Mike. We're delighted to welcome Rob and Bennett, class of 1975, who joins us from Palm Springs, California, and Ellen Gomprecht Oppenheim, class of 1975, who joins us from Aquasic, Maine. Kitty Bryant, Athletic Hall of Fame Chair and fellow 1975 classmate, will present Robin and Ellen with their awards today. Kitty?
Thank you, Christine. It is my pleasure and privilege to be welcoming both Ellen and Robin into the Hall of Fame this year. So our first inductee is Robin Bennett. Robin played for the field hockey, basketball, and lacrosse teams during her time in the upper school. In 1975, our girls lacrosse team played its infamous, undefeated Cinderella season, and Robin received the Girls Lacrosse Award. She was also inducted into the Scarlet and Gray Society. A classmate recalls that Robin was, quote, one of the top scorers on the basketball team. She was glue for the team. She set up many of the plays for execution. In lacrosse, she was one of the key transitional players at midfield, yay D-wing, and was one of the fastest players downfield when we controlled the ball. Always a hustler for every ball, every play. She had tremendous spatial awareness to pass and make the scores. Some of Robin's favorite memories consist of her unbreakable bond with this lacrosse team. She states that hands down, her best memories are from playing lacrosse. And here's a Robin quote: "Running fast and free with no protective equipment and no boundaries. Wooden crosses with a tight pocket, cradling continually and effortlessly. High-flying draws from center, checking balls from opponent's sticks, and mastering many different shots on goal until dark." Coach Sandy Walker also played a major role in Robin's athletic career, and as Robin says, quote, epically trained and coached our 1975 lacrosse team to a famed and undefeated season. Following graduation, Robin attended Sweetbriar College, where she played varsity hockey, basketball, and lacrosse. She won the Chrysler Award in 1979 for leadership in athletics and was selected to South Regional teams in both hockey and lacrosse, where she played club for several years after graduating from college. We welcome Robin Bennett, class of 1975, into the 2020 Hall of Fame. Our next inductee is Ellen Gomprecht Oppenheim, also the class of 1975. During her time at Friends, she was a member of the lacrosse, basketball, and field hockey teams for all 4 years in the upper school. In our senior year, 1975, Ellen led the lacrosse team as captain in our undefeated season. Ellen also was inducted into the Scarlet and Gray Society, as well as the Facade Award for her overall athletic performance that year. She remembers coming together as a team and, quote, beating teams that we had no business to beat, unquote, and soaking up the outpouring of support from the sidelines. Some of Ellen's fondest memories include me, Kitty Bryant, being the team's ultimate cheerleader goaltender. Thank you, Ellen. And Coach Sandy Walker, teaching us to believe in ourselves and our power as a team. Ellen recalls the tremendous support from parents on the sidelines and knows that it wasn't as ordinary as it is today, and I well remember her parents at every game. When the committee was nominating Ellen, they noted that she, quote, was a huge supporter of her teammates and strongly demonstrated leadership in encouraging cooperation and playing to all of our unique skills. After 15 years at Friends School, Ellen went on to play lacrosse and ice hockey at Dartmouth College. She holds the importance of the sports she played and the impact they had on her life as a core value now and in her future. We welcome Ellen Gomprecht Oppenheim, class of 1975, into the 2020 Hall of Fame. Both Robin and Ellen mentioned our coach, Sandy Walker, as their inspirational coach of the 1975 lacrosse team. When the team was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2010, Sandy flew in from California to be with all of us. Sadly, Sandy passed away earlier this month. Members of our team, with great help from the alumni office, were able to Zoom with Sandy while she was in hospice and share photos and memories. We would like to pause for a moment of silence for Sandy before we continue. Thank you. And now, on to our next inductee. Our next inductee, Margaret Peggy Peacock Daly, class of 1975, my classmate, joins us from Phippsburg, Maine. She played 4 sports during her time at Friends School. Peggy played field hockey and basketball for 3 years, lacrosse for 2, and tennis for 1. She earned 7 varsity letters during her years at Friends, and was the first freshman to make it onto the varsity basketball team. During Peggy's final year, since she left in 3 years, she was inducted into the Scarlet and Gray Society. One of her favorite memories from playing sports at Friends was when they built the new gym and the basketball court, and they were finally able to play their games in the brand new space. You were a lifer. Etched in her mind forever are the basketball warm-up, the wind sprint, squat thrust, and the timed mile with Coach Mike Morse. As Peggy now says, yikes. Playing sports in the gym, on the fields, and on the tennis courts was one of the highlights of her time at Friends. She loved each one of her teammates and coaches dearly. She said that she wanted to give special thanks to me for continuing to support Friends School and the athletic department all these years later, and keeping her grandfathers, her fathers, and her other 2 sisters alive in the Friends School memory. When nominating Peggy, the committee recognized her quiet and steady leadership qualities and her incredible sense of humor. These qualities and her athleticism dominated the lacrosse field and basketball court. We welcome Peggy Peacock Daly, class of 1975, into the Athletic Hall of Fame of 2020. Thanks, Peggy.
We are delighted to welcome Ashley Vaspinelli, class of 2001, my classmate and dear friend, who joins us from Mexico, where she's on her belated honeymoon. Kitty, will you please do the honors?
Sure, thank you, Christine. It's my honor and pleasure. Our next inductee, as Christine mentioned, is Ashley Vaspinelli, class of 2001. During her athletic career at Friends, Ashley played as the goalie for her lacrosse team and was one of 3 strong captains of her basketball team during her senior year. That same year, 2001, she received the C. Markman Kelly Award and the Eleanor W. High Award. Ashley cherishes the opportunity she had to play basketball with her sister Allison when she made the varsity team as a freshman during Ashley's senior year. A fond memory she recalls is one of a packed gymnasium during a Friday night basketball game against Roland Park Country School. Although Friends ultimately lost the game, the excitement of the crowd and the exhilarating experience is one to cherish. Ashley has lovely memories of playing for wonderful coaches in her basketball career, such as Coach Tiffany, Coach DeSmith, Coach E, and Coach Judy. She notes that they all brought different philosophies and a different leadership style to the game, and she learned so much from each of them. She will always remember Coach Tiffany's quick feet drills and the excellent shape they were all in. Coach Carol Samuels, Sam, my teammate, was the reason Ashley started playing lacrosse. She wanted to add another sport to Ashley's career and saw a world of potential in her. As she started to learn the game, the starting goalie on the team became sick, so Ashley stepped in and was immediately hooked. After graduating from Friends, Ashley attended Vanderbilt University and continued her career in lacrosse throughout college. Ashley was featured in a Baltimore Sun article in 2003, highlighting how, quote, her 14 saves carried the number 15 Commodores to the biggest women's lacrosse victory in school history, an 8-6 upset of number 2 Duke in Nashville, Tennessee. In college, she was a 4-time starter and won American Lacrosse Conference Player of the Week in 2002. Ashley was also part of the NCAA All-Tournament team and a Final Four finalist in 2004. It is with great pleasure that we welcome Ashley Vaspinelli, class of 2001, into the 2021 Athletic Hall of Fame. Thank you so much. His adoptee, Benson Irwin, is class of 2001 and joins us from Boston. Benson played soccer, lacrosse, and basketball during his years at Friends. He earned 9 varsity letters and was a strong player on the 2001 Conference Championship basketball team, the 1999 Conference Championship soccer team, and the 1999 Conference Championship lacrosse team. Benson earned all MIAA honors in soccer and lacrosse, and was also a second-team All-Metro pick in lacrosse. He also received the prestigious Robert A. Nichols Award in 2001. Benson recalls being on the JV lacrosse team in 1998 and learning from Coach Tommy LaMonica what a privilege it was to be able to play the sport. In 1999, while playing for the varsity lacrosse team, their team motto was respect. He remembers how competitive his team was that year during their A-conference season. Benson went on to Johns Hopkins University to play lacrosse after graduating from Friends. Johns Hopkins named him one of the top short-stick defensive middies in the country his sophomore year, 2005 national champion, and was named to Hopkins' all-time team, and that's quite an honor. After his career at Johns Hopkins, Benson was drafted to play Major League Lacrosse, the MLL. In 2005, Benson played for Baltimore, and in subsequent years played for Denver and Chesapeake. Benson was selected 4th overall in the 2005 draft and is a 2-time MLL champion and a 2-time MLL All-Star. We welcome Benson Irwin, class of 2001, into the 2020 Athletic Hall of Fame. Welcome, Benson.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next, we are delighted to welcome Sarah Palmer, class of 2006, who joins us from Paris, and Kristen Schwab Jensen, class of 2005, who joins us from Los Angeles. Katie, I'll turn it over to you.
Sure, thank you, Christine. It's wonderful to have both of you on this call this evening and this morning. Our next inductee is Sarah Palmer, class of 2006. At Friends, Sarah played varsity soccer, lacrosse, and field hockey. She received several awards during her 4-year athletic career. In 2006, she won several facades, earned second-team All-State honors, was on the IAAM B Conference All-Star field hockey team, and a 2-time All-Baltimore City Select. Won the 12 Varsity Letter Award and the Marion Bentley Millard Athletic Award. Her all-time favorite memories from her high school career surround field hockey and her love for the game. She mentions that the most memorable part of that team for her was the synergy with her teammates. Her relationship with the team made playing sports and being on a team incredibly special and impactful. Sarah loved their team breakfast, even though she was probably late. Dance parties in the locker room and running corners at the end of practice as the sun went down. They had a ton of fun, even if Miss Judy was making them do 7-ups. Oddly enough, Sarah states, their semifinal game against Maryvale stands out as the most fun for her that season. That and any time they played Park, that's true. Of course, recalls winning the game against Maryvale in double overtime. As she remembers, everyone was running on empty, but giving it everything they had, and the win was truly a team effort. Despite being completely exhausted, she remembers the team not being able to contain themselves, taking their cool-down lap. They were on cloud 9. Also, one time, Miss Judy surprised them with a limo instead of a bus ride down to Newburgh to Maryland for the game, and that was cool. I remember that, actually. Everyone on this field hockey team worked hard and supported each other regardless of class, position, or playing time. She credits Coach Judy for shaping how she showed up on a team, which eventually translated into her professional life. Looking back, she realizes these were her most formative years prior to college. She balanced fun with discipline and had a way of getting you to dig deep and perform your best from no one else but yourself. Sarah went on to Hobart and William Smith colleges to fulfill a highly impressive field hockey career. She started in every game and credits Coach Judy with her passion to continue the sport. We welcome Sarah R. Palmer, class of 2006, for the 2021 Athletic Hall of Fame. Welcome. Is Kristen Schwab Jensen, class of 2005. Kristen played varsity field hockey, indoor soccer, and lacrosse at Friends. She had an incredibly decorated athletic career. Kristen received the Francis M. Homer Award, little Franny, and the Carol J. Samuels Award 3 years in a row, and won both the L. Lawrence Peacock Award and the 12 Varsity Letter Award in 2005. She was a conference all-star for field hockey, and conference all-star for lacrosse 3 years in a row, and conference all-star for indoor soccer for 4 years in a row. Additionally, for field hockey, the Baltimore Sun named Kristen All-Metro Player of the Year in 2004, All-Metro Second Team in 2002, All-City County Player of the Year in 2004, All-Metro First Team 2003 and 2004, and All-City County First Team for all 3 years. In 2005, she was named the Towson Times Baltimore Messenger Female Athlete of the Year. She was also the first team All-State player for field hockey in 2003 and 2004. The conference championships stand out to Kristen as some of her favorite memories on the field. She won the conference championships throughout her years at Friends in field hockey, lacrosse, and indoor soccer. She also remembers the incredible rush of game days. The team would wear matching t-shirts to school, and the bus rides and games were filled with tons of energy and spirit. Without question, Kristen says, playing sports at Friends was the highlight of her high school experience. The coaches that she played for shaped her and impacted her tremendously. She remembers Coach Sally Neal Bennett bringing new perspectives and fresh experiences from her own playing days, laughing constantly with Coach Tom Randall, and feeling the most support she's ever felt from Coach Judy. Coach Judy gave her the confidence she needed to play and made her feel like she could do anything. And I have to say, being one of Judy's very good friends, she spoke highly of both of you in the past couple of days. So we welcome Kristen Schwab Jensen, class of 2005, to the 2020 Athletic Hall of Fame. Welcome.
How about a round of applause for the 2020 Athletic Hall of Fame individual inductees. Now we'll move on to our team inductions. This year we are fortunate to have 3 talented teams to welcome into the 2020 and 2021 Athletic Hall of Fame. Please hold your applause until I read about all three teams. We are going to ask now that the players and coaches from all the teams come up and receive their awards together. First up is the 1975 girls varsity badminton team, which had a solid and unforgettable season with 5 wins and 3 ties, playing against teams in the Catholic League who were considered the elite teams of that era. They won the MSA Championship, beating Seton 6-1 in the championship game. Team member Kitty Bryant, 75, recalls that championship win as if it were yesterday. The 1975 Quaker Quill mentions this team as one of the strongest and most competitive badminton school teams. The boys' 1999 soccer team earned its first title in 15 years, beating St. Paul's in the final. This group undoubtedly fulfilled its high expectations for the season. Team member Joe Fleury, class of 2000, recalls the 1999 men's varsity soccer team had a season unlike any other. We came into the championship game as heavy underdogs, having lost to St. Paul's 1-0 and 3-0, I should say 1-0 and 3-0, earlier in the season. The game was on a Friday night, and we had a large contingent of rowdy, facade supporters at the game. After the final horn, the students stormed the field as we avenged the regular season losses. Coaches Doug DeSmith, class of 1980, and Evan Gifford said they loved coaching this team. Josh Maverick, class of 2000, remembers the team brought a level of camaraderie to me that every middle or high school student should experience as they prepare for some of life's most difficult challenges ahead. Finally, the 2004 girls varsity field hockey team was a team to remember. They won the IAAM B Conference Championship 2-1 against Clark. The team's favorite memories include the stretched Hummer limo that they got to take to get to the championship, courtesy of Coach Judy. The upperclassmen taking the underclassmen under their wings and treating everyone with respect, learning new skills every day, and most of all, being on Coach Judy's team. This group had fire, passion, and strength. They were disciplined and motivated to be the best they could be every day. Coach Judy loved coaching this team for so many reasons. They were dedicated to the game and to each other. They were a ton of fun, believed in themselves and one another. Please join me in welcoming the 1975 girls varsity badminton team, the 1999 boys varsity soccer team, and the 2004 girls varsity field hockey team to the Athletic Hall of Fame.